So I've never read before. I don't know how much to read. So if I go on too long, just feel free to just stop me. I like to think that my writing has a cumulative effect, so at the start it might not seem like much, so I may just go on and on until I get an effect or something. So anyway, and one last disclosure, I read a lot more than I get around, so if I mispronounce words, I hope you'll forgive me. I just read them, I haven't actually heard them spoken. So this is a story called Saudade, Vera. So right there's a word that I don't really know if that's the right pronunciation. Saudade, Vera. Light reflects, bounces off the projection screen in a pale scatter of blue wavelengths, giving the dark space before it a cool, wintry visual aspect, enhanced, augmented, fortified by full blast air conditioning. Temperatures in the low 20s or high teens, in the eponymic Celsius, of course, or the more clinical nomenclature of centigrade. They use a metric system here, remember. Designed to accommodate, level, balance the contrapunctal heat radiating from the presently absent warm bodies intended to populate and inhabit, if only temporarily, the cavernous shadows. The eye, however, discerns full-blooded red on the screen itself. Vera Saudade dancing flamenco against nervous, skittery dubstep beats, rhythms anxious to contort her graceful limbs, feet bouncing lightly, confidently over deep brown parquet tiles set in perfect jigsaw puzzle geometries. Vera, all stammering ballerina heels, languid wrists, sinuous fingers, dark hooded eyes. Rayuela, bundled in a thick coat sensible only for the inside of this little theater, not the humid, late tropical afternoon outside, thinks, is embarrassed by the thought. This is cinema, Plato's pataphysical dream. Vera Saudade was born only a little over half a century ago and already several worlds away, baptized Desdemona Veronica Cunanan after a poet grandmother. Monita, as she was then teasingly called, started dancing at the age of 6 to the not entirely unpleasant surprise of her parents, themselves celebrated unpublished poets, struggling in the increasingly unliterary, even anti-literary, world of Santa Teresita, her provincial hometown. Rayuela, who never met her, remembers her at her funeral. She had passed away at the relatively young age of 66, still beautiful, in a peculiar, very particular, world-weary and weather-beaten way. An odd still life, perfectly restored and preserved in her waxen cheeks as she lay in her coffin, but unnoticed by the once adoring public. The funeral was attended only by close relatives, an adopted son, his wife, an only granddaughter. At her death, Volan, the film currently being screened with Rayuela, the only member of the audience, remained her only known foray into cinema. Made in various locations as an experiment in the mid-60s, Volan was and is willfully incomplete, a jumble of unedited or only minimally edited scenes shot using techniques similar to what would later be called Tácticas del Cine Guerrilla, with each featuring Vera Saudade and one or two uncredited extras, loosely strung together to suggest but not impose, never dictate an overall narrative, made entirely without a soundtrack. The film was intended for release and re-release once every decade, intercut with scenes from one other film contemporary to the period of re-release, with an equally contemporary musical score. That's the ending. Spoiler. If you want to remain unspoiled, cover your ears or leave the room now.
If you want to hear some more, you'll have to buy the issue. And it's right there.
Actually, should I finish it? Maybe I should just finish a section. I have one more paragraph in the section. Left in trust, so we're talking about Volan. Left in trust by its... he seems to be enjoying it. Left in trust by its anonymous filmmaker or filmmakers to the vaults of the enigmatic Rosmer Foundation, this is the film's first and only release in over 4 decades since its initial completion, in scare quotes. As per the wishes of the original filmmaker or filmmakers, the current iteration of Volan includes only 2 names in its credits. Chris Marker, whose direct involvement with the current production is unclear, even questionable, but whose Sans Soleil is, in any case, quoted extensively in the new edit, and Vera Saudade.